Welcome everybody to another episode of Drak Tries, where I take a brand spanking new game and play it for up to 30 minutes to an hour and give you guys my thoughts as we go along, except we're not playing an old or a new game. We're actually playing a reboot of an old game. In fact, one of my favorites from the Super Nintendo area. Welcome to Drak Tries, Secret of Mana, the remake. And I'm not alone on this one. This is one of those games where I believe it should be shared with as many people as is possible, and so I'm sharing it today with my buddy Brinton of BPV Gaming. How you doing, Brinton?
Oh, so good.
This is going to be amazing. I'm kind of 50-50 on the score so far, but I already like the fact that oh, yes. Yes, this was just a still image. They've added stuff to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get things started. We're not going to play for too long, but this is one of those games that even I think you should play, Brinton.
Well, I mean, I already love the music, which is like the first thing that I attach myself to in a video game. So I'm already enjoying the game. And you haven't even done a thing yet.
No, I haven't yet, and I'm actually really excited for this because unlike the original game on Super Nintendo, this has voice acting.
Oh.
So that's what. So I'm gonna keep the original name. I think it's Randy. So here we go. Let's start up Secret of Mana.
Long ago, the world prospered and humanity thrived thanks to a power known as mana. However, humans soon sought to use mana to create the ultimate weapon. A floating battleship called the Mana Fortress. This greedy arrogance angered the gods, who in turn unleashed vicious beasts into the world. A violent war between the mana beasts and the fortress engulfed the world in poison and fire until mana had all but disappeared.
So fun fact, this opening was not in the original game.
Humanity's bleakest hour, a hero wielding the mana sword appeared and destroyed the fortress.
There's a lot of mention of mana. I hope they don't run out of mana.
It sounds like they are. Because let me tell you, running out of mana sucks.
Humanity persevered, and there was peace throughout the land.
I love this audio. They basically put a new score around the original tracks.
As time passes, so
I love
history
that.
repeats.
Okay, so that's the opening that we've got so far. I'm excited for this already. Let's see what we get next. So so again, this game had a cold opening right off the bat. This is the opening you would get.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
guys, wait up. Whoa! Shh. Be quiet, stupid. If the Elder finds us here, we're done for.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be here. Everyone in the village knows about the ghost.
Oh my gosh, why does he sound like a
Really
basic
believe that old
bitch?
fib?
They all do.
The grown-ups just say there's a ghost to scare us away.
But the kid with like the orange hat more than anyone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like,
But I
everybody
did
knows
hear
about the
Grandma say
ghost.
she saw
Like,
something
we gotta be
shiny by the
quiet.
falls when she was little.
Seriously, dude, if you keep doing that face, it'll stay
Maybe
that
it's
way.
treasure. Let's go find it.
Whoa! Whoa!
Help! I'm gonna fall!
Oh no! No!
I don't understand how like these two are like completely nimble and can just walk in this log.
I know, right?
And then he's like struggling.
Because plot convenience.
Oh my
Brinton,
gosh.
because it just so happens that what's below the falls,
Is the mana sword.
it actually is, yes.
Ouch. There's no way back up.
Is the
what am I
minimap
gonna
supposed to be what the game was like?
Yeah, that's actually the original game map.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I love that. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm just listening to music really quick. Yes, it is a new score based around the original tracks.
That's so cool.
So that's awesome. So let's go ahead and get things started. Now, this is why you should be interested in this game series, Brinton, because this was Square Enix's attempt, or at least the beginnings of the series was Square Enix's attempt at Legend of Zelda.
Huh?
Oh, really?
Yes, so believe it or not, the first ever Mana game actually beat Zelda to the Game Boy. And it was the first ever Zelda-esque game that came out on the handheld device.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you will see Zelda-esque mechanics in some of this, but there's
I'll never
differences.
Get through here without a weapon.
I know the village is that way. I'm trying to get you a weapon. Shut up, Randy. And speaking of our Arthurian legend,
I'll definitely have to play this. Like, actually, now play this with my brother-in-law.
wow, that is really creepy.
Yes, I'm a little shook right
Who
now.
are you?
I'm liking this
And
dude's
what's the sword
headscarf.
doing here?
It's okay, Arthur. Go ahead and pull the sword out.
To right. What's with this light? Oh, ghost.
Listen. I entrust the sword to you.
I have a serious breathing problem.
What do you mean? What's up with this sword?
I mean, I guess we just won't talk very well when we're all dead.
I guess so, yeah. We'll all have
The
breathing
light's
problems.
fading already.
I already have breathing problems. I don't need it in the afterlife.
I know, right? So yeah, that map is the original design, and it looks like the original mechanics are still intact. So
Way through with this.
now we have a sword. We can actually cut our way through this, and we can start having encounters.
Cool. I'm guessing that Ghost was the original wielder of the Mana Sword.
Yes, it's the original owner, but the other problem is as you'll start to find out, the Mana Sword was put there for a good reason.
Okay.
And we've just released it, so we might have
Right.
actually created a problem. Oh, I love this aspect. So you would actually pick up chests in this game
That's
and shake
adorable.
them. So you might want to watch that gauge right below. That's actually the force that your weapon is hitting with.
Okay.
So like if you wait till 100%, you will hit with max damage for it. And the cool part is like you're not necessarily bound to the sword itself. You can eventually unlock other weapons. So if you don't like using a sword, you could eventually get things like a chakram and a javelin and spears and stuff like that. And you could just keep on rotating through them. But the Mana Sword is, you know, the most plot relevant weapon. So okay, 100%. Boom! I got a critical hit.
Nice.
But you could already kind of see the Zelda-esque inspiration, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the funniest thing is, this is actually the second game in the series.
This is?
Yes, the Game Boy one was the first, and this is the second. And it technically was popular enough that it got its own sequel that is not connected to any of the other games, called Secret of Evermore.
Huh.
Yes, so believe it or not, the Mana franchise is actually very popular in Japan. So much so that it actually got relabeled, I believe. It's got a very unique record where it actually was trying to emulate Zelda, but its title in the States was Final Fantasy. So it claimed to be a Final Fantasy, and it wasn't.
Interesting.
Yep. And it's amazing. It's still one of my favorite games to this day of all time. Even though it's got one of the most simplistic plots, I don't care.
You know what? I am a huge fan in simple. I feel that when you start getting too complex, that is when things start to go downhill.
Yeah.
I'm a super firm believer in, like, anti-complexity.
And I could already tell you guys, the gameplay is just spot frickin' on from how it used to play.
It looks super smooth.
The only thing that makes me kind of sad is that the D-pad doesn't work. And like, this is one of those games where I'd want to go super retro and just play with the D-pad like the original controller.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That would feel so nostalgic.
Okay, so I think we've made our way to the village. Oh, no. We got more crap to go through. But yeah, so unfortunately, what I was actually trying to hint at before is because we unleashed the Mana Sword, we've actually unleashed a chain of events, which has created more monsters in the area, as well as basically set our boy Randy on a most heroic course.
Makes sense.
But the interesting part is that it's actually considered to be not something that was good that was supposed to happen. This is actually supposed to be prophesying a curse.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. So the way that the villagers will talk about it later is like this is a curse that the mana sword has been unleashed.
I can see now why the village is so keen that nobody goes into the forest, obviously.
Yep. There we go. Okay. More Rabbites. And Rabbites are actually a trademark of the Mana franchise. So get used to seeing them throughout the series. And the Mana series doesn't actually have a whole lot to it. The original Game Boy game has since been remade as Sword of Mana for Game Boy Advance, and I know of Legend of Mana on PlayStation. Oh, cool. We are in the village. So, hey, everybody, I got this sword. It's kind of awesome. Do you guys want to check it out?
Lol.
It's going to be awesome. Oh, my gosh. This is so great, guys.
I'm really enjoying this.
He's not going to talk to us just yet.
Well, a road.
It's not his time in the plot to talk to us.
I don't care.
Oh, yeah, so we're being told on. Randy, you're all right. Elliot just told me what happened.
Thanks, Elliot.
Thought you were a goner.
Oh, cool. Now we get voice.
That's why I told you not to bring someone like him along.
Rude.
You idiots.
Rude as fuck.
What's that you have there? Oh no, it couldn't be.
I will say this. The voices need to be turned up a little bit.
Yeah,
Did you find the treasure?
Way to go.
especially him.
What have you done? That's the mana sword. There's no way you could have pulled it free.
Well, excuse you.
But legend says the village will be destroyed if it's removed.
Oh, really? So legend says that the village will be destroyed if we removed it. Oops.
Wah wah.
I never thought it'd come to this. The mana sword is said to protect the village from disaster. But now...
Aha! So you're the reason all those monsters are attacking us.
Yeah, the Elder needs to be turned up. I hope that there's a
You
manual way to do that.
picked out the sword and doomed the whole village. It's your fault, you outsider.
Hey, I'm like a member of this village, dude. Why are you calling me an outsider?
They're all being really rude.
Yes.
Stop! Shut up. It's all your fault.
Jeez, douchebag playground politics right here.
Leave me alone. An earthquake.
Oh no, what does this mean? Oh, jeez.
Ah!
Did the kid fall? The kid falls with us.
I'm a monster. You have a sword. Why don't you?
Oh
use
my
it?
gosh, that model is amazing.
I don't even know what to reference it from, so I'm just gonna...
It's basically like a giant mantis monster, but the 3D rendering is very helpful to it. Okay, so this is how you do like a boss fight in Secret of Mana. You just kind of let him do his thing.
You weren't even in the acid breast. What the hell?
No, occasionally he has abilities that can affect the entire area to make this a much more difficult encounter.
Was the original, so the original, was it, I'm guessing it was turn-based?
No, it's this combat.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. This is the original combat.
How progressive for when it came out.
Yep. Oh, and I'm about to die. No, come on, let me get up. Let me get up. How do I do the? There we go. So, oh, cool. They kept the swirling menus. So, weapon level, magic level, guide, game log, status, targeting, equip gear, options, action grid. No, that's not what I want. Options. No. Oh, dude, the boss music is amazing. Okay. Here we go. So, use candy is my primary source of healing. Behold the healing power of candy, everybody.
Lovely.
Yeah, so unfortunately, poison is supposed to affect everybody on the board. And if you don't get poisoned, then good for you. If not, then you're screwed. Oh, Mantis Ant took a critical hit. Yay! Yay! Oh, is that it? Yes!
Yay!
And I got it. Just damn it.
Mantis Ant.
Yes, it's half mantis, half ant.
That's terrifying.
And they knew to keep the original sound effects in. Awesome. Way to go!
Do 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 do.
Pretty much. Da, 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 da. Sword orb.
You did well. Wait there. I'll pull you up.
See, now he wants to talk to us.
Okay.
Stay back. I didn't do nothing.
You seem to be in possession of the real mana sword. This is troubling.
Why is that?
The legend says the sword can only be retrieved by a knight when the world is in peril. But you are far too young for such a responsibility. Something must be wrong with the mana sword.
Here, you take it.
No, I cannot.
Or maybe it's
Sword
just
has
because
lost its
greatness can
power.
come from the most unlikely source.
Be
Yes,
restored.
thank you. I was like sitting here and I'm just
Only
like,
the one who
why
pulled
is
it
this like a
free can do
staple in storytelling where we
what
have
should
to
I do?
belittle the child?
Yeah.
Visit Sage Luca in the Water Palace. The sage has protected these lands for over 200 years. You would do well to listen to her advice.
Hey! The Elder wants you to come to his house.
I'll be off. I have duties to attend. My name is Gemma, and I'll be waiting for you at the Water Palace.
Very cool. So, the village elder wants us, and I wish I could say it was for good news, but,
It's probably not.
well, you got to remember, like, their viewpoint on this.
We're at our wit's end. Who knows when another monster will appear?
Oh, it's you. You've really done it this time. That sword has protected us for years. Once you removed it, the monster started attacking the village.
It's settled. We can't let him stay in the village anymore. He'll just bring more monsters.
Well, thanks, Granny.
Go!
They're so rude.
Yeah, leave here now.
I don't want to do this, but I have no choice. I banish you from this village.
He's a kid.
There's a treasure chest downstairs. Take the contents and be on your way.
That's when I would like stab everybody in the house and then
Yes. Oh, trust me, you're not the only one that ever did this. I remember both me and my brother getting very mad at this whole concept. It's like, this is like a King Arthur legend kind of thing, and you're immediately banishing him from the village because he didn't know any better. Like, he was a boy out there seeking adventure kind of thing, and you're punishing him for that.
so dumb.
So, yeah, we are now banished from this village. Even though you can technically come here, you'll just be branded an outsider from here on in. But the purpose of this is just to kind of send you on your way plot-wise.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So our goal now at this point is actually going to be to meet up with Gemma and start our quest. So she wants us to go meet with Sage Luca at the Water Temple. I'm going to see if we can get there really quick because we're actually coming up on time here for this. And I do want to actually get into this, so people might want to know thoughts on like story. What do you think of the story so far, Brinton?
It is very mysterious and super interesting, and it's something that I want. Like, I want to see what happens next. I'm completely captivated and totally pulled in to this game.
I will say this: I'm really happy that this game decided to do a prologue, because even like as much of a fan as I am, like as a kid, I didn't know what the plot was to this game because it isn't very clearly stated unless you actually read the dialogue.
Yeah.
Which as a kid, you're not really willing to do. So at that point, I'm glad that they did a prologue just to bring people up to speed so that you know at least what the heck is going on, and you can therefore kind of move on from there. So I'm very happy that they did that. And right now it looks to me like the story is pretty much intact, but now we have a voice cast behind it to help kind of magnify it even more. I'm actually very happy they did that.
I mean, the voice cast definitely makes this game fun.
Yes, I will say this though. I'm like, if I were to review this right now, I would take points down for the audio just because the voices seem a little low. So
you could also make the game music. I feel like you could also turn down the game music. It is far too loud.
Let's see if we can do that, because I would like to know just right off the bat. So options. No, I don't want that. Options. So controls. Sound. Yes, I can turn up the voiceover, but not by much. That's kind of sad. It was at 80. So I can turn it all the way
80?
up. Yeah, I can only turn it up to 100. Oh, and that's cool. This gives us the original soundtrack.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna be mixing between the two of them. I love that. So let's put on the original music so you can hear it. And yeah, let's keep on going. So story visually, I do like the direction that they've gone. The 3D models really do help with it, especially since it looks like these models are inspired by the originals. So I especially love the fact that they added detail to Randy where there wasn't before. Like when you saw the original sprite model, it just looked like he had a bandana on, kind of thing. Not that he looked like he had a full-on freaking scarf. And I like the idea that they did that.
I'm digging the headscarf, yeah.
Yeah, it is totally a headscarf now. I think I took the wrong door out. I might have actually had to talk to the villager and he would help me out. Screw you. Technically, I should be fighting all these rabbites to gain levels, but we're not going to worry about that right now.
Nah, this is a try video.
But I will say this, like, gameplay is spot freaking on right now. I'm actually very happy with how this has gone. Oh, can I actually use the signs? I mean, you used to be able to use them and see like which way to the village and all that. But,
oh, that's cool.
But looks like they've taken that out, maybe because we don't necessarily need it. Yeah, here we go. So this is gonna put us right back in the village. Oh yeah, and so this is actually the music that will play when you get banished. Here.
It's so sad.
It is, yeah. Let's talk to you really quick.
Do you have everything?
Do you have everything you need? Yes.
By order of the Elder, you have been banished from Poto's village. Now be gone.
So now he'll block you.
And
there is a back way into the village if I remember correctly, but he'll block you if you come this way.
Okay.
He's like, you're not allowed here anymore, and they'll call you outsider and all that. Oh, and so this is actually really cool. This is the transportation of the game. You use cannons to get around the various zones. Yeah. You talk to this guy.
That's awesome.
The Cat and Travel Brothers are building a global network.
I'm sure you are, buddy.
Going to the Water Palace? Gemma's already left.
Oh yeah, so we could already try this out.
Blast to get there by Cat. And Gemma's paid your way. Hop in.
Oh, thanks, Gemma.
Cool. Yeah, so thank you.
That's the spirit. Just pop yourself into the barrel.
I have a feeling Tokyo RPG Factory worked on this, and thank God they did. Because it really feels like it's adhered to. Boom! The only way to travel!
By cannon.
Exactly, man.
This is fine with me.
Oh, they took out the cutscene. You actually would get a cutscene that was like in full-on Mode 7! And you would actually go up in the air, and then you'd see yourself fall down.
Oh, yeah. What a shame.
And it'd be like you flipping. I loved it, but yeah, we're probably past the point of Mode 7, so... I'm sorry, Mode 7! Because everybody likes to say it that way.
Pandora has sent us to fight Elene, the witch who lives in the haunted forest.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun with that. So, we're gonna go to the water temple. Not that water temple, Zelda fans. Don't worry, this is not complicated. Instead, it's this.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go, Gemma. I sound all important. Oh, jeez. Okay, I need to swap the music just to see if they actually adhered to this. This is one of my favorite tracks. So, Let's go to the remake. Oh, it's better! Oh, it's so much better!
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
This is so much better. This is great. Oh, do you want to know what the sad reality is, though?
What's that?
This is not going to make my top 10 list because I already have a no remake rule. So
fair enough.
Yes, but hey, we get to use these.
Not that one.
Oh, not this one. Okay, we have to use this one. Yay! Use the buttons. Oh, because Gemma used it. Oh, hey, Princess Blue Hair.
Where's Luca? I guess I'll ask that girl over there. Hey, where do I find Luca?
She's like, yo, it's me.
It's nice to see you again, Sage Luca.
You're very welcome.
Wait, you mean this little girl is 200 years old?
Damn right. Because anime.
Definitely because anime.
Yep. So, talk to Gemma really quick.
Luca, monsters have started invading villages. This young boy just fought one himself.
You underestimate my intelligence. World news flows into this palace with the water's own current.
Wow, sassy.
She's kind of sassy, man.
Wow.
Mana grows ever weaker. That could explain how this child was able to take the sword from its place of rest. His actions caused the balance of mana in this area to shift. Beasts are now rampaging across the land again. Evil in the world is working to seal away the power of the mana sword forever. By defeating monsters and obtaining their orbs, you can reforge and restore the sword's mana power.
Which you'll remember that when we beat the Mantis Ant, we actually got a sword orb. You can eventually craft them into the swords and power them up.
Oh.
And the weapons and power them up.
It looks like your sword regained some power from vanquishing the Mantis Ant. There are more hidden orbs with the mana power to revive the sword. You must find them.
Sure thing, crazy lady. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to you.
Gemma, I want you to keep an eye on the Empire. It seeks the Mana Fortress's power.
Fortress? Like the one that destroys the world in that fairy tale?
This is no fairy tale. We're talking about the real Mana Fortress and the Empire that wants its power.
It's not a fairy tale, boy. It's history.
The Empire will try to break the seals on the Mana.
I hope one day our current political
You want Galadriel to come out and go history became legend and legend became myth?
No, I want Donald Trump to become a myth. So then when kids in the far future are like, oh, that actually happened, we could be like,
was it true?
Was it really true? Did that actually happen?
Was he actually orange?
Gemma,
Yes.
You should request an audience with the king and tell him to be wary.
I want Donald Trump. I want this political climate to become a myth in our.
Yes, actually, I kind of want that now too.
I want it to be a fairy tale.
For people to go 1,000 years later and just go, wow, you guys were idiots. Because you know what? We might as well be.
Oh my gosh.
There's a dwarf blacksmith that lives in the area.
You want us to go to Gaia's navel, huh?
That sounds provocative.
That sounds pervy, and it also sounds like it'd be in the God of War series. So.
Dwarves are known for their weapon-making skills. You should see if they can reforge the sword.
Yeah, so we actually need to. So the next goal that the story sends us on is finding a dwarven smith that can upgrade our weapons, and then he actually follows us on the journey. He doesn't become a character, but he follows you to each village, and he'll upgrade your stuff. So
that's extremely convenient.
Yes, and the cool part about that is like each sword has its own unique model.
I like that.
So at that point, like you can kind of get your favorites, and the sword is kind of plot driven. But like if you wanted to say upgrade the spear only to level 5, you can do that. You just aren't going to be doing that much damage with the spear.
Yeah, makes sense.
So let's go ahead and talk to her really quick. And
you so?
The sword.
You wield the legendary mana sword, but its power has faded. Now it's hardly better than a normal weapon.
Yeah, plus you might actually get tetanus from touching the blade, Randy. I'm just saying.
Oh, gross, and he already has.
Well, because it's rust. It literally looks rusted.
It probably has. Like, if it's been 200 years, like, the fact that it was in a river and then just being exposed to the elements, it's gonna rust.
See, no problem.
You must become...
Me? So another thing I'm going to recommend that you watch is the Game Grumps played Secret of Mana, and Aaron had fun with this conversation. He kept on looping it, which you can technically do. You can loop this conversation, and yes, they'll drain the world of mana power. So what I'm trying to do is come on. There we go. Yes. I picked the wrong choice. So, okay. Me? So, what you're supposed to do here is attune your sword so that it now can actually, be attuned with mana again.
Okay.
So, boom! And we have this cool moment that's probably a lot cooler than the original one. Just because stuff is actually happening on the screen aside from a seed floating up. What happened?
The sword have now synchronized with each other.
Oh, good.
Now, no matter where you are in the world, this mana seed can grant power to your mana sword. You found one of the 8 palaces. Now you must.
See, this is where it's like Zelda, because you actually have to go to 8 palaces to restore the mana sword, but now she's actually given us a second weapon. So.
Really? Would you like to save the game?
No, I don't want to save the game, but that's okay.
To reach Gaia's.
I don't care. So I want to show this off really quick. Go into the menu, and now we have weapon level. Oh crap, this is not what I wanted. Weapon level. Oh no, this is gear. Equip gear, weapon level. So you have a rusty sword, and each one will have its own branding, like its own name. And now we have a spear, which is level 1. So you can technically equip the spear from here on. And now we have the mana spear to use from here on in.
Well, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, so you can technically kind of pick your own kind of gameplay with this. But I will say this, that get used to the sword, because it is going to be plot-centric near final battle time.
Makes sense.
So, yay, we have this brand new spear. And this is actually kind of a good cutting off point for this, because I don't want to spoil too much of this game for you, so you can go experience it for yourself. So final verdict on this, Brinton. Have I convinced you? Are you actually going to try out Secret of Mana for yourself?
I definitely will. I really want to know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
The gameplay just looks super smooth. The music is incredible. The voice acting is I want to be critical about it because it's not amazing, but it's bad enough that I can still have fun with it, but it's good enough that I am not cringing every time somebody talks.
Yeah, it's definitely not if you were expecting AAA talent for this, I don't think that they would have had the money to do it.
No, I don't think so either.
I also kind of like the idea that you get some relatively unknowns to come in and do the dialogue here, because the bottom line is later dialogue is probably going to be more important. We're only seeing the beginning stuff, so I like the voice for Gemma and for Luca, but the village elder and the village kids, I don't care because they're douchebags anyway.
Oh yeah, they were definitely RAF.
I do love, I will tell you guys right here and right now, I love the fact that I can switch to the original soundtrack, because I still have that soundtrack to this day. I love it that much. And so it's going to be one of those times where I'm going to have fun when I'm reviewing this, because now from here on in, it's review time of just going back and forth and seeing how much they actually live up to the original score. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of Drak Tries. So right now, I'm very hopeful for this game and looking forward to doing a review for the remake of Secret of Mana. And I'm hoping that if this is successful enough, there's already talk of maybe this isn't the only Square Enix property that could get remade. There's actually talk of maybe this is kind of a long shot, but there has been talk of if this does well enough, they could remake Chrono Trigger for it.
That would be awesome.
Just think about that. Chrono Trigger in this kind of a format. That would be amazing, because I can tell you this is probably Tokyo RPG Factory working on this.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I look forward to this. And if you guys are wanting to be able to pick this game up yourself, you can currently get it on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. If you have a Vita, you can get it for this. You can get this game for it. It's mostly a digital purchase. There were physical copies, but they've since been used up for pre-orders and everything like that. So you can still get this digitally. And there has been talk of Secret of Mana making its way to Nintendo Switch. And frankly, it should be there. Because Nintendo Switch, like, this game was on the Super Nintendo. It should be on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yeah, I'll totally pick it up for the Switch.
I think the only reason it's not on Switch right now is because they've got a unique deal with Sony. So at that point, like, as soon as that deal goes up, there has already been talk that Nintendo's going to get this game. So, yes, that's by all means awesome. And you can currently get it, I believe, for... I think it's available for $29.99 right now. Just because they're doing full price for it, but I have a feeling that'll probably go down when it goes to the Switch. But that's, again, going to go ahead and do it for this episode of Drak Tries. Thank you so much for Brinton for sitting with me and enjoying this brand spanking new game. Here's hoping that you enjoy it as you go further into it. And I hope you guys enjoy too. And until next time, we will see you guys next time for the next video.
Bye.